In this video, I'm going to be showing you how you can recreate this viral 3D Instagram reel. Now, the original video was made by BarVFX, so big shout out to him. But now, let's make our own. First of all, we need a character similar to this one. Now, let me show you how you can create your own using AI. The first thing you're going to have to do is go to leonardo.ai and you're going to just type in, play around with the commands until you get something that you like. For me, the photo that I like was something like this. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to save the photo. I'm going to bring it over to Photoshop so we can remove the background. So let me quickly do that. By the way, just letting you guys know that these assets are going to be linked in the description below, but let me go over, open our Photoshop and show you how you can do this. So now that we are in the Photoshop, just select the photo and go over here and remove the background. And that's it. That's literally it. You have the character without the background. The only thing you have to do is go file and export this photo so we can bring it over to After Effects. So now that we are in After Effects, we have this clip of Iman Gadzhi just talking, and what we're going to do is I'm going to duplicate the Iman Gadzhi video. So I have two, and what I'm basically going to do is remove the background on the top layer. Let me show you. I'm going to go here and we're just going to roto brush the clip. All right, let me show you. Just as simple as this. So just now play around with the settings a little bit until you get something that you like. Now also, when you are satisfied with the mask that you have, just click freeze. Okay, now go back. Both of these layers should be 3D. Make sure you have motion blur for both of these layers. Also make sure you have the camera. Now what we're going to do is we're going to animate the camera going basically into right here. Now go for the camera, create keyframes for these three, go a little bit forward. And what we're going to do is basically zoom into here. For position, I'm going to basically just go up in a bunch and move it a little bit like this, just like so. And so we get something like this. Now, this is how it looks like so far. That's bad. Now let's make these actually a little bit more smooth. I'm going to use this amazing plugin by Keys, but you can use, if you don't have this plugin, you can just use the regular curves. Let me show you how we're going to animate the position now. And this, just select it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just play around until I get a code that I like. Okay, now we got the animation, right? But let me show you how we are going to make this look a little bit better. Now we have to animate that the background layer, that the back layer actually gets more transparent with climb. So let me show you how you're going to do this. Go to T and we're going to animate opacity, right? So right here would be normal, and around like here it would basically disappear, just like so. Okay, perfect. We're gonna move a little bit like so. I think this looks pretty good. Now we can go over and actually animate. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna first add the character that we made. I'm gonna make it 3D, also enable the motion blur, and just play around with the position, scaling, play around with the scaling. I'm also gonna make sure I add a mask, just like so. Then we're gonna invert, and I'm gonna add feather to the mask, just like so. In my opinion, that looks pretty good. I'm also gonna add Lumetri color for the Iman Gadzhi layer. I'm just gonna animate the exposure. Let me show you. Right here, I'm just gonna make it up like really dark, or basically like so. Now I'm gonna add the chains that we saw in the video. Just like I said before, all the assets completely free. Follow me on Instagram, shoot me a DM, just write assets. That's it. I'm gonna send it over to you for free. I also make the chains 3D and just play around with the orientation, scale, and stuff like that until you get something that you like. Okay, now I got something that I like. First of all, we're gonna animate the camera that it goes in, like that it zooms in really fast. Let me show you. P, I'm gonna go position. I'm just gonna go in a little bit more, just like so. Okay, now we have the camera animation that looks like this. I'm also gonna add tint for the character, so it's gonna be in black and white. Now I'm gonna animate the chains going away. So let me show you how we do this. First, I'm gonna animate this chain, the position, go like so, and go a bit forward. I'm basically gonna animate the going into this side. All right. Also make sure to just, have animation, proper animation like this. Also gonna animate a little bit of rotation to it. Just so we, just so it looks a little bit nicer. We're gonna add a little bit of rotation. I'm also gonna animate the other chains. Let's do that. So now in total it looks like this so far. Now the next thing we're gonna do is add the text. I'm gonna add text, type dropped as our text. I'm gonna make the text a little bit bigger. Make sure, I'm just gonna make it white. All right, I don't want anything else. Make sure that the text is 3D with this. Now we're gonna actually put this text behind our character. I'm gonna place it in the middle, add some rotation to it. Now we have to animate the text. So now I'm gonna animate the text coming in on our marker that we made, just like so. And go to the last keyframe, scale it down a lot, and make like this. So we get something like this. I think this looks pretty great. All right. Now the next thing we're gonna do is I'm gonna add race effect to it, as race, I think it's called. Haha, shit. Gonna add the race. Gonna add race effect to it, to the text. Play around with the settings a little bit. Now what I really like to do when I have clips like this is I'm gonna do animations like this. I'm gonna add drop shadow to basically everything that we see right here, to each layer. Now the first layer that I'm gonna add drop shadow to is this character, right? So it's gonna be nicely on the text. Opacity, I can see it's a lot nicer looking on the text, right? It actually looks like there's someone in front of the text. That's what we want. We can even add like multiple drop shadow effects at once, just so we emphasize that's really, like this. Now I'm gonna copy them. I'm gonna paste them to the chains, right? Now you're really gonna see the difference, right? Like this to every single chain, just like so. And this is really making the difference now. All right. Now I'm gonna add an adjustment layer that's only gonna be affecting our animation. So make sure that it's below the Imangazi clip, or talking head clip. Now we're gonna add a bunch of stuff to it to make it, stylized. We're gonna add deep glow first of all. All right, make sure to play around with the settings. Chromatic aberration, I'm gonna turn that on. Now I like to add chromatic aberration, and this really just makes it look super unique, super different. Oh, I forgot. Now before we start adding effects, now let's add an adjustment layer just below the Imangazi clip. So you just so it's basically just impacting the animations, and we're gonna add shake to it. S_shake. This is from Sapphire. Now we're gonna play around with things so we get like really nice basically. Just play around with the shake until you get something that you like. Also, just, I'm just gonna play around, change a couple of things maybe, until I get something I like. Maybe change the color, something, a couple of things. I think I actually really like what we got right here. So I just played around a little bit with the settings and with a couple of effects. So here is the final results. I hope you like it. If you do, like I said, the assets, all the assets that I showed you are going to be for free on my Instagram. Just go over to my Instagram, write me a DM. That's it. Also make sure to follow my Instagram, because there I'm going to be posting a huge learning school program very soon. So stay tuned. But if you want to learn more editing skills and hacks, you can watch the video right here where I show you how to edit your videos exactly like Iman Gadzhi. So if you're interested in something like that, watch the video right here.